Hello everyone! Today I will be demonstrating a very exciting database for you, the ARTstor Digital Library. This database allows us to find high-resolution images of art from institutions all around the world. To get started, I'm here on the Langara homepage. From here, let's get to the library homepage through the above link. Once on the library homepage, the most direct link to ARTstor can be found through the sidebar link to Articles and Journals. ARTstor is most easily found under the alphabetical list of article databases. Let's click on the proxy link to be taken directly to the ARTstor homepage. Now that we have arrived on the ARTstor page, we need to take a moment to register or log into the database. This is a crucial step in effective searching on this database. Registration to ARTstor is necessary to save images and access grouping and editing tools, which I will demonstrate further on in this presentation. I have already registered with ARTstor, so I'm going to click on the login link here. If it's your first time on ARTstor, choose the register link instead and follow the prompts. To register, you will need your student ID number and password, so make sure to have that information handy. I already have my login information saved, so I will just click on the login button below. Now, here we are in the homepage. I want to give you an idea of the index of ARTstor's content before I take you through the basic keyword search bar and advanced search options. This will help you understand exactly what it is you are searching and where the search results are coming from. ARTstor contains over 2 million high-quality images of art and art objects from across a variety of cultures and across all eras of human creativity. If we go to Browse, and then to ARTstor Collections, what we see is a list of all of the institutions that have digitized their collections, or at least part of their collections, and contributed them to creating the core of this database. Here, let's look at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. The Metropolitan Museum of Art has 4 different collections listed here. Let's go to the main one. The Met owns, in reality, over 2 million pieces of art. But here we see that they only have 9,662 items listed. Here, let's go back now. I would like to take a moment to look at the Cincinnati Art Museum, my own hometown art museum. This is where I noticed how incomplete these collections can be. My favorite painting at the Cincinnati Art Museum is a lovely haunting painting by Vincent van Gogh, one of the crown pieces of the museum. Here, I am searching within the results for Van Gogh. Here we see it's conspicuously absent from the ARTstor collection. Now, let's return to the home page and check out one more collection before we start searching. If we go back to Browse, we can also check out the public collections list. ARTstor has developed the software and infrastructure for institutions to independently digitize their own art collections and contribute them to the searchable database. Here, primarily academic institutions have digitized and published obscure collections that they own, previously unable to be viewed outside of their host institutions. I find Cornell's Hill Ornithology collection quite compelling. Now we can understand that ARTstor searches the images that participating institutions from around the world have contributed to the database. Some collections are more complete than others. Now let's get searching. I'm navigating back to the home page. We have logged in, browsed the collections, and are ready to start searching. The basic search bar performs a keyword search. The keyword search will return results that include all of your search terms, so there is no need to include "and" between terms. Now, let's use the basic keyword search to look up our friend Vincent van Gogh. This will return all results for Van Gogh from all of the ARTstor and public collections. Now, you can see this search returned this little treasure here. These are actual bamboo drawing implements that belong to Van Gogh. This is an example of how niche art institution collections contribute to the richness and uniqueness of items in ARTstor. But today, let's focus. We can refine our basic search with these handy limiters located in the sidebar. Geography allows us to limit to regions where objects were actually created. Let's focus on objects created in Europe. Then we can limit our object classification to paintings. And here, we can choose to limit by date of creation as well. We can now use this Search Within Results button to look at particular aspects of the collection that we've come up with. Let's look at self-portraits. We don't need to include punctuation within our search bar. At the end of this presentation, I'll show you all of the limiters. One highlight of ARTstor is the high resolution of the digitized artwork. We can zoom in and actually see the brushstrokes in the painting. The ability to closely observe artwork is a key piece in art historical research. Now let's try a new search. I'm now going to search for Gothic cathedrals. Although it's not necessary, sometimes including the Boolean operator "and" just helps keep my mind organized. Here, my search results are very unsatisfying. I know the kinds of photographs I'm looking for. Primarily interior photographs that capture the soaring height and incredible lightness of Gothic architecture. And those images just aren't there. So I'm going to go into the advanced search option. I'm going to adjust the field next to Gothic to style or period. This is an essential tool for art historical research, especially because styles and periods don't tend to be organized by subject in a useful way through the basic search. I've then added the title subject next to cathedral, and here I'm getting the kinds of images that I was expecting to find. Floor plans, rose windows, and here, a wonderful interior view of Notre Dame Cathedral. Next to each image is a comprehensive list about each art object you find. This includes title, date of creation, and even the repository collection where the object is kept. In this case, this photograph is part of Cornell's rare and manuscript collection. Another highlight of ARTstor is the handy citation button located above. Clicking on the button gives you 3 citation styles for the object you are looking at. Now, let's look at the final step in searching, organizing our results. Remember, we took the time to register with ARTstor, which gives us access to the Add to Group option. We get to name each of our resource groups. I am naming this one Gothic Cathedrals. Then hit Save Change. In art history research, students are often asked to do a comparative search, especially to display influence from one era or artist on another. A classic comparison is between Notre Dame Cathedral and Le Corbussier's Notre Dame du Haut, built of concrete in the 1950s in France. Corbusier was inspired by Gothic architecture and reinterpreted the vaulted ceilings and pointed arches, interplaying with heavenly lit stained glass, with his floating roof and distilled colored glass windows. I am going to add this image to my group. Before I show you the group contents, I want to show you one more relevant search feature. We can also search for media types. In context of architecture, this is particularly interesting because we can find virtual reality panoramas. The database also includes movies, useful for looking at performance art, and sound files. Now we've added Courvoisier's Notre Dame du Hut, including the panoramic view of the space, to our group image folder. Now let's go check out the contents. While searching on ARTstor, our findings are only relevant if we're able to put them together into a usable format. Since I cannot show you all of the ways to edit and manipulate our group folder contents, I do want to point out the support bar above. To get more information on how to edit our group images and also get some extra search tips, follow the knowledge base link. Let's take a brief stop as we scroll down. This is where we get some extra search tips, including how ARTstor utilizes wildcards, as well as some information on exactly the terms used to search for different media types in the media type search. And now, underneath the heading Organizing, you're going to find all kinds of information about the uses of the group folder. Once you've done all of that great search work, you want to be able to utilize your images in your research. The group folder allows you to download images, create slideshows, or even download your slideshows into PowerPoint presentations. Thank you for following me on this journey through the ARTstor digital library. I hope you find it as exciting as I do.